What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and today we are going to take a look at a game where I broke Storybook Brawl. This is going to be one of my most powerful mage games ever, depending on when this video comes out. If it comes out on Sunday, yesterday's video was probably sweeter, and if it comes out on Friday, you've got another sweet one to look forward to tomorrow. But today, we are going to just be doing some Wonder Waddle things. And Wonder Waddle is the best hero in the game, and it can always do just some really nutty things. And I don't think that this game is going to disappoint. We are going to start by picking up a blind mouse, which I love, and I'll roll to try to find some more animals. And we've got two great options here. Golden Chicken could potentially give us some additional econ, help us find more blind mice, and I definitely consider the Golden Chicken. Just because we already have a blind mouse, it's good to try to pursue that more, but it's too tough to pass up Wizard's Familiar when you are playing Wonder Waddle. It's just so sweet to grab those easy upgraded Wizard's Familiars and just be strong with those. So that's what we're going to wind up going for. I'm not going to worry about locking this shop because I want to find additional copies of both of the units that I already have. We do take some damage here against Beauty, but then we see a really cool shop. So what we can do here is we can Shrink Spell, pick up both of the goats, skip the treasure, and then pick up the other two units. And I think that's the plan, and I think that's still the play, though Runestones is also really strong and definitely a consideration. It would allow us to make a tier 5 treasure off of the blind mouse. It would give us another look at Merlin's Hat or Crystal Ball when we triple the Wizard's Familiar, so it's definitely worth considering, but I just want to play a strong board for the current turn. This is really good, getting to play 5 units, arguably getting to play 4 units, but a 4-6, a 7-7, and then a pair of 5-2. So I think that's going to set us up well for the rest of the game. We are playing up against a 32 health trophy hunter, but I still want to give them some respect that they might be able to do something strong, and the fact that their baby dragon takes out our Mad Mim actually makes this combat a lot closer, though we are still going to walk away with a win thanks to our Humpty Dumpty. On 3.0, we are going to see 2 animals in our shop, another Golden Chicken and a Pollywoggle. So just going to pick up both of those and then throw in a roll. I am going to try to slay with the Pollywoggle this turn. I don't think there's any reason to hold on and wait till we triple the Pollywoggle or upgrade the Pollywoggle, because a 3.0 Pollywoggle backed up by a Mad Mim is still going to be pretty strong for us. So we're going to go for that slay, and we're going to get it against Geppetto, so that is really good. However, they have an absolutely massive doubly, so that is going to lose us this combat and crack our egg, and I'm playing this in real time here just to show you how long that these eggs can freeze my game sometimes, and actually winds up crashing the game too. Let me know if this happens to you. This is always a problem for me with Humpty Dumpty just breaking the game in that capacity, but a little bit awkward. We'll be able to get back into it, and then we actually find a shop with 2 3-cost animals while we are on 6 gold. So this turn is basically going to play itself. We don't really need the extra time that it takes to load the game back up. And then I will move things around here slightly. We will put the donkey in position 5, so that way if it summons something in the front row during combat, it will summon something in front of the Mad Mim into that blind mouse spot. So that's just a little positioning thing that is kind of nice to know. The Pollywoggle Slay gives us a lightning dragon that's going to help us be really strong for this turn, letting us take out one of my opponent's Mad Mims, and it actually takes out both of them. It gets to attack again, so pretty nice stuff there, and you'll see the Pollywoggle spawning in front of my Mad Mim, so just a little bit more value. Fortunately, we do lose this combat, but both myself and my opponent giving each other some prized pig gold, and we'll make use of that here on our last turn on level 3.2. Crystal Ball is typically what I want to do when I'm playing Wonder Waddle. We could have picked up the treasure map and then we would have had a tier 6 treasure from this blind mouse. However, I am super happy with how things turned out. The fact that we now have Crystal Ball plus Forking Rod, I think that we are going to be quite powerful. So we could go for Roll the Die. It would be a double cast after by selling this golden chicken here, but I'm going to pass on that, roll and find a Wizard's Familiar, then I'm going to go for Spinning Wheel. I think that Spinning Wheel along with the Prized Pig will just give us enough ways to generate gold to fuel this Crystal Ball plus Forking Rod, and then we'll look for Aeon later in the game as we level up to fuel that Crystal Ball even farther. And from this combat, we're walking away with 3 bonus gold from the Prized Pig and Spinning Gold, so that is absolutely great for us. We are going to start off by casting a Mix-a-Whizzle on our Blind Mouse, and then just going to cast a few more spells here. I don't pick up the Polywoggle, kind of regret it once I see the second Polywoggle, but we won't worry about it. I do think Kidnap could be really good. We have the Forking Rod, and we're playing up against the Fates, who might be fated to a good unit to kidnap. So I go for that as well, and then pick up this Stag, which we get to make good use of because we have the Lightning Dragon in slot 1, though we're not making use of our upgraded Wicked Witch, which I think is just better, more consistent. So I'm gonna go for that instead, and definitely feeling very strong right now with a 23 Wizard's Familiar. It is a little bit of awkwardness that we're playing Lightning Dragon alongside the Kidnap, so that's not going to be great for us this turn, but we walk away with a tie and stealing 2 Sherwood Sure Shot. So it's still a little bit of extra gold. Then, speaking of extra gold, we combine our Prize Pigs and wind up finding Merlin's Hat. So just a really lucky game overall. And that's really going to help us just to do some absolutely busted stuff here. I want to get the Spellweaver in this combat because we're going to be casting this Toil and Trouble, which means I just want the best chance for that to land on some of my best units, and for that I'm just going to be playing all of my ranged units and then my Lightning Dragon and my Prized Pig, as well as my other animals there. And I think that we've put together something really strong at this point in the game. Basically a full range comp. I do debate putting in the Evil Witch, but I think we can get away with this Prize Pig. Prize Pig is actually going to grab both Toil and Troubles for us, and we'll see how much all of these ranged units plus this rather large Wizard's Familiar can clean things up here. So Happle Fork 4.2, feeling really good. Prized Pig that is surviving every turn. Have to feel great about this game. So just going to be casting spells for a little bit here, and then next turn we will worry about trying to pick up an Aeon. However, we get to make a really sweet play here with a doubled up double True Love's Kiss. We get to make an upgraded tier 6 unit, and we are going to grab an upgraded Hercules. So we'll have a tier 6 treasure next turn, though we already have perfect treasures, so I'm not really sure how much that is going to help us, but it's pretty sweet nonetheless. I will cap off this turn with a Genie's Wish, which actually gives us some XP, and I think about locking onto this Queen's Grace, but then I roll one more time and am able to lock onto an Aeon, and that is actually perfect for us because that means that we can actually take this tier 6 treasure and replace our Merlin's Hat. We're going to be strong enough that if we have to take a turn or two off from casting spells, that's going to be okay. We'll be able to get the Aeon big enough in short order thanks to the Forking Rod, and we're also just ridiculously strong right now. So we do have a treasure that will work with what we got going on. We could take the Mimic Chest, we could take Embiggening Stone, but Wand of Weirding is going to let us triple cast all of our spells, so that is just absolutely wonderful. I'll pick up the Aeon, and now we're just triple casting. Feed the Kraken puts us back up to 15 gold, and just giving this Aeon as many stats as we possibly can so that we have effectively a hat again. That's going to happen a lot quicker than we thought too, because we are also going to be picking up a second Aeon. So now if both of these can slay, we can do some really nice stuff. And I'll cap off the turn by locking onto Baba Yaga plus Wormroot and casting a Blessing of Athena to give my whole team like +6/+2 or something like that. So that's going to let both of these Aeons slay. So now we effectively have Merlin's hat again, and we are really doing it. So all of our spells are going to cost 2 less this turn, and we get to pick up Baba Yaga and do some nutty Baba Yaga mage things this game. Baba Yaga became a mage in the recent patch, and I think that is kind of crazy, but we are definitely going to make great use of it in this game. I'm going to the end my prize pig, get a little bit more life, and go up to tier 6. I missed the Shard of the Ice Queen on the Hercules, but it would have just been a spell. We're not going to be playing the Hercules anymore now that we have found a Storm King. So just want to cast as many spells as possible. I'll feed the Kraken on this Kitty Cup Purse that we purchase, and then we get to Evil Twin twice because of our Wand of Weirding, and we get to make even more Aeons now that we have already made Aeon into a good unit. Some options there, Spellweaver or Crockbait. I don't really think I want to pursue at this time, so just wind up rolling down and casting a Spinning Gold, triple casting a Spinning Gold. So we'll have 21 gold if we win this fight, which we definitely will. Our spells will also be 4 cheaper next turn, thanks to Aeon plus Baba Yaga, so we are gonna have a pretty nice turn, basically from here on out. Our mages are just so big that it's going to be really difficult for our opponents to stop us from slaying and stop us from just doing some gnarly stuff here. So basically all spells I want to throw on the Aeons, even the health ones, just to give them a little bit more survivability, to make sure that they can slay, but definitely the attack-based ones. We are going to be able to get our second Aeon up to the 100s here. Pretty nice stuff. And then, I mean, this Croc is so cheap that I think I actually am going to go for Crockbait now on the Storm King. And definitely don't want to cast Pigomorphs here. We still have 15 gold. We want to use that all on as many spells as we can. We are going to run out of time though. And then we find another Evil Twin. That's going to give us another upgraded Aeon. I will throw the Burning Tree into a Croc, and then I will turn the Wizard's Familiar into a tier 6 unit, and it becomes an upgraded good boy with 600 attack and 300 health. That is going to be really strong for us as well. Both of our Aeons are going to slay, and you know what? Let's slow things down a little bit. Let's go back to 1x speed, just because there's so much going on in these shops. Our spells are going to cost 8 less this turn, thanks to the new Mage Baba Yaga, and we are going to see how much use we can get out of that. Probably don't want a Shard of the Ice Queen, my good boy, because a 300 health upgraded good boy is a little bit too good to pass up. I will pick up a Scion of the Storm. Basically, I'm thinking that a Croc spell will allow us to get a tier 6 treasure, as well as putting more units inside of the Croc, and that is going to be how we actually get more powerful this game, is by finding some tier 6 treasures, Mimic Chest, 9th Book of Merlin, and really going crazy over the top. We'll see if we've got enough time to do it. I wind up picking up a triple of Spellweaver because we have this Scion of the Storm to put in that extra slot. I'm not sure if that was correct to do, but hey, it's what we go for. And then we will just cap off this turn by casting a few more spells. I'm going to go for a Spinning Gold so that we have some extra gold to play with next turn as well. And then I'm going to wind up locking onto an Evil Twin, which can be super, super powerful. It costs 0, so we get to triple cast it if we make some room in our hand and shop. But there's actually some really powerful things that we can do with it that don't totally click in my head immediately. And I'm going to point them out just so that you can think about them for future videos, but I don't actually make as much use of this evil twin as I could. What I should be doing is just copying these good boys, which will allow me to hunt for tier 6 treasures. However, what I wind up doing is just going for Spellweaver. That way I have an additional mage unit. I should also be selling my golden chicken before I cast this, because the crystal ball populates the shop and doesn't leave me with any room to actually pick up these spellweavers, so or see more spellweavers, and these should just be tripling and actually netting me gold from Evil Twin, which is pretty crazy for one of the most expensive spells in the game. But we do have another Spellweaver now that is going to make us really strong, and then I realize here, when we start to see a bunch of Evil Twins, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to croc bait this Storm King here, and don't see anything that I love, but then we can start to Evil Twin these good boys. I almost realize it. Here we go. And this is just going to give us tier 6 treasures for free. So I'll take 9th Book of Merlin. That's absolutely wonderful. And then I will also be grabbing this Evil Twin. We aren't going to have enough good boys from one Evil Twin to create another tier 6 treasure because we tossed the Forking Rod, but another Evil Twin shows up. So that is going to give us some more evil capacity there. And I'll end the turn by casting a Knighthood on Baba Yaga. So next turn, all of our spells will be truly free, as these Aeons are going to slay, and now my spells are going to cost 12 less. Yeah, they'll just cost 12 less for us here. So that is going to give us totally free spells for next turn, if we don't take out Beauty here, because Beauty might just be dead. Let's see. Are they going to? It's going to depend how many croc things stay alive here, right? Because we're going to have the upgraded croc. Okay, now we are just going to have the unupgraded croc, and everything that is... No, that's not true. There's an upgraded burning tree somewhere in there, but we hit them for 12, which is great news because now we get to play our full turn and we just get to totally break the game here with Storybook Brawl. We'll sell the golden chicken and triple that to get even a little bit more econ. And basically at this point, we are just rolling for Evil Twins on Good Boy so that we can find a Mimic Chest. And that is just going to put us over the top and be the best thing that we can do to cap out the game. So Drink Me Potions, as well as a bunch of other spells, gives us some looks for it. I do not see anything super great yet. I go for a True Love's Kiss, and then I actually break the game. And the game just freezes up for us and winds up force quitting. So there you go. NoLucksGiven new Storybook Brawl videos daily. We will be able to load the game back up and get into it, but unfortunately we lose a ton of time doing this, and time is super important while you are hatballing. You can see that the rope is already coming. We now have a Bear Stain. Sure, why not? I just throw a Mix-a-Whizzle on a Good Boy just to try to cast some more spells, panicking a little bit now that this clock is totally expired, but we are still going to be more than strong enough to take our opponent out here, despite this random assortment of units that we're playing. Though, interestingly, Bearstain is a mage, so that will still cast additional spells off of 9th Book of Merlin, as well as making my crocs really big. So it's not doing nothing. It's kind of funny there too. We don't summon the Storm King, but we summon a bunch of crocs, and my opponent's not even going to get to our back line there, and that has a burning tree in it, I believe. Oh, it's got a croc, and then it's got a burning tree. Regardless, there we go. That was a pretty silly finish to an absolutely powerful game of Storybook Brawl. Just got super lucky finding that early Crystal Ball plus Forking Rod, and then we found the hat, then we found Wand of Weirding, did some really amazing stuff, but that is going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.